TVS Jupiter is a great addition for the classic scooter segment. There isn't much bells and whistles when you take a look around, but what it is at its core is an elegant scooter which runs very smoothly. And now that the new BS-6 version is here, our take is of the i-TOUCHstart disc variant of the Jupiter, and I feel this is the Jupiter variant that you should be buying if you're planning to get one. So firstly, let's check the different variants available in the Jupiter lineup, and at present it's 4. First one is the basic Jupiter, then you have the Jupiter i-TOUCH followed by the i-TOUCH disc, which is the one we are testing, and the last one is the Jupiter Classic. And if you're interested in the ex-showroom pricing of these models, well, here it is, and I think the i-TOUCH disc model is the sweet spot option that many will be looking at. Its ex-showroom Kerala pricing, as you can see, is just slightly less than the Jupiter Classic, and for the 74,345 Indian rupees ex-showroom value, well, you're getting the best set of features. And as a bonus, if you are in Kollam, Kerala, you can contact SS TVS for the on-road price, test ride and booking details of this Jupiter or any other TVS vehicles. So now that we have an idea about the pricing, let's focus on the design. And here, as you can see, it's a true classic design. There isn't any kind of sportiness, but instead the design is leaning towards true simplicity. From the front, it's a very clean look with the fender as well as the panel, which has indicators flanked on either side, and you also get the TVS branding here. And the handle houses the headlight, which is LED, so even though in looks it's simple, in function it's one of the best. The range and coverage from this headlight is sufficient, and hence your night rides are easy with it. Then one minor stuff you'll notice here is the chrome touch mirrors, which are a part of the i-TOUCH disc variant. Then moving to the other side of the handle, well, firstly the switch controls are properly done. There is the dim, bright and the pass light as a single control along with indicator toggle and horn on the left side, and on the right side you get the self start switch, which is now termed i-TOUCHstart. And what it does is that you get silent start. And about silent start, I have said it before and I'm going to say it again, which is this is a great impressive feature, and I really wish every manufacturer to start using this tech. The engine starts instantly and silently, and yet this will also help in improving the battery life, and also every time you can instantly get your scooter to turn on and start the smooth ride. Then one more thing, the handle of the i-TOUCH disc variant of the Jupiter is the digital analog speedometer. It's a very neat and clean looking meter console, and it does show all the needed stuff like fuel level, time, distance travel and also low fuel alert, etc. And by the way, by now you might have noticed this beige color panel used here, which is a very premium looking one, but then you need to be very careful in maintaining it like this. And actually that premium touch is even seen in the seat used, which is a dual tone one, which has a brown domination with beige as a minor accent on the sides. I like the seat tone, and also I love the seat cushioning too. It's a spacious seat, and also since the cushioning is done with perfection, the seating comfort is spot on for the rider as well as for the pillion. So that's the big bonus thing in the ride comfort side. Then checking the main body panel, it's like the rest of the scooter's design, which is very simple and elegant. All you get in this metal body is the Jupiter i-TOUCH branding, and as you can see, this royal wine metallic color is very shiny and also gives a premium feel. And if in case you're curious about the colors available in the i-TOUCH disc variant, well, there are two more, in which one is again glossy, which is called the Starlight Blue, and the other is a matte finished one, which is called Matte Starlight Blue. Then moving to the rear section of the scooter, well, here also there isn't much clutter, and here the tail light is a LED one, which is matching well with the design, and just above that you get the fuel inlet spot, which is always a handy thing considering it's an external one, and this time what's even better is that you can open it from the new ignition control key slot. It has a dual-sided lock system, and this is from where you can open the external fuel inlet, which can be done by inserting the key, then pushing it and twisting to the right. And in doing so, the external fuel cap opens, which straight away gives access to the fuel tank, which is a big one for this segment with 6-liter capacity. And by the way, the seat opening is also done through this ignition key slot, and the method is just the opposite for the fuel inlet opening. And here once you open the seat and get access to the under seat spacing, it's a massive one with 21-liter capacity, and it does fit in my large size fully covered helmet with still space left for more stuff, and I think this space is more than adequate for carrying plenty of items. And as a neat handy addition, you even get a boot light here, which is a great help in the dark. Now the storage space doesn't end here, and the next spot you can store stuff is the glove box. It's a 2-liter one in capacity, and right above it there is a USB charging socket, so if you want to charge your mobile, you can do that. And also about the footboard spacing, it's one of the largest, and I was very comfortable with the leg room, and since you get two hooks, which are the front retractable one and the rear retractable one, well, you can hang stuff in that. Now since we are on the design side, let's check two convenience features offered, which are one, the easy accessible kickstart, which becomes very handy since you can start the scooter without getting out, and two is the easy center stand. Now here with the Jupiter, if you want to park the scooter in center stand, you can do it by just applying pressure to this section in the center stand, and it works without any hassle, and I really liked it. Then checking the muffler guard, it's a stainless steel one which is simple looking and it should age well, which is a good thing based on the durability, and that's another strong point for the Jupiter because the metal body is gonna last well, and also you can feel that the body parts used in the Jupiter are very sturdy. So that's everything about the design, the build quality and the convenience features offered, and even the ZX disc, everything offered are to an extent well thought out ones. And that's the reason that in the beginning I did mention that the ZX disc variant is the more appealing one, because the rest of the things that we're gonna check are the common ones for all the variants, and it's the engine and how well it performs in road. And firstly, the engine used here is a 109.7cc single-cylinder 4-stroke fuel injection BS-6 standard CVTi engine. The max power and torque generated are good figures for a scooter in this segment, and more than these paper stuff, I was really impressed by the core refinement and smoothness of this engine. What should I say? It felt like butter smooth. The engine was performing in a very satisfying and impressive manner. There isn't any aggressive nature, and that's expected because this is a 110cc scooter, and hence the speed gain was in a linear manner, but the way the scooter's engine works is very silently and also very smoothly. From 0 to 70 km/h, this smoothness was intact, and it's only when we push further the engine shows a bit of stress. But then also in the 0 to 75 km/h range, there was literally no vibration or disturbance. And I feel this engine is perfectly set for your daily commutes. You'll enjoy it if you're a fan of smoothness, and that combined with the best-in-class comfort completes the circle in an awesome manner for the ride experience. The seating posture is perfectly upright with the handle set in a moderate position, and also for me the seat height and the footboard spacing was spot on. I didn't have any issues reaching the ground, nor did I face any trouble from the handle. And also the weight was perfectly manageable since it's just 107 kilograms, and by the way, for your reference, my height is 176 centimeters. So for the posture and seating, it's all well done, and along with that, the suspension combo used is also impressive. The front one is a telescopic hydraulic one, and the rear one is a 3-step adjustable coil spring with hydraulic dampers, which is a gas charged one. And here both are moderately soft set, and during my testing, they did work really well. There wasn't any discomfort even while riding through bad conditions, and overall, I really enjoyed the ride comfort in the Jupiter. So since the ride quality and the comfort is done in a good manner, you can easily go for a 40-kilometer ride in a single stretch without any discomfort. And that makes the Jupiter a great scooter for your daily city commutes. Now the ride control is not very nimble, but then you can easily get through traffic or avoid a pothole, but then one thing to be careful about is the ground clearance number, which is not very high. It's 150 mm in measurement, and actually through the conditions we tested, the scooter easily got through. So that number is only to be kept in mind if you're gonna go through really bad riding scenarios. And now moving to the safety side, well, it's also done well for your daily commutes. The tires used are the usual ones to be seen in this segment, which is 90 mm in thickness in both the front and rear, and actually both are tubeless tires, and surprisingly both the rims are 12 inches. So that's a great thing. And about the brakes used here, well, since the variant is the Jupiter ZX disc, the front one is a 220 mm disc and the rear brake is a 130 mm drum. And here, like I said, these combos does its job well if you're in a controlled speed. During my testing, sudden brakes under 65 km/h range is safe. The scooter responds well and stops without any trouble like rear wheel liftoff or skids. But if you're about that speed mark, well then you should be careful with your stopping. And same is applicable while taking tight corners. Always do that in a controlled manner. And now moving to one of the most important stuff for a scooter in this segment, which is the mileage. Well, here the Jupiter actually impressed me with the mileage offered. This i-TOUCHstart engine used is concentrating more towards improved mileage and better performance, and this technology does show its efficiency in the mileage department. During our testing, the mileage we got is approximately 60 km per liter, and that's while riding in mixed conditions. And this number is surely a great one, and that's all thanks to the i-TOUCHstart technology and also because of the intelligent ignition system. So you get the whole idea, right? This Jupiter BS-6 from TVS is a great add-on to the classic scooter lineup. I totally enjoyed the ride experience and the convenience offered by this ZX disc variant of the Jupiter, and after testing, I'm happy that the options in the 110cc segment has grown up. That's all for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, a like is much appreciated and a sub will be great. See you again in the next one. Till then, bye, and always ride safe.